Pod, East Podcast, WATP.
You know who Tom Myers is?
I don't know. I know the name, but I don't know. I've never met him.
No, probably not. So Tom Myers came into all of our lives through Cumtown. And Nick Mullen and Stavros, because he's a Baltimore guy and Stavi's from Baltimore.
Yeah.
So they knew about his stand-up comedy, and I think Stavi was actually at one of his live tapings for one of his specials. And so on Cumtown, they started playing his comedy and really analyzing it, dissecting it. And Tommy didn't take it well. And so those guys have moved on. And so I figure, someone's got to keep tab
on his podcast.
Yeah, we got to figure out what he's up to on his podcast. He does this political show called Tom Myers versus the Rest of the World. And he's doing his Iowa caucus special. So very topical. We just had the Iowa caucus. Trump won after less than 1% of the votes came in. They're like, this is over. So that's a good time when you're driving in your car. They've already called it 3 hours before that. But anyway, this is Tom Myers. This is the first joke coming out of the gate.
Hello, and welcome to the Tom Myers versus the Rest of the World Iowa caucus recap special. So Iowa Republicans held their caucus on Monday. As predicted, Donald Trump was the winner among all the caucus goers. It's fitting in a state where the mindset of most of the voters that day was, I may kill someone in a multi-car pileup in this weather, but fuck it.
So the weather wasn't great.
Oh, right, because it was snow.
It was snowing.
out
It was
there.
cold out.
They didn't think people were going to go out and vote.
Yeah.
And I love his evergreen content.
Pretty good joke,
Fucking idiot. There's no...
Did you understand that punchline, Vinny? It's pretty good, right?
No, I didn't even know the weather was bad.
All right, well, now that you know that, let's play it again. Maybe it's our fault. Let's hear the punchline again.
I may kill someone in a
Let me back it up. I'm sorry. That's not fair. That's not fair to Tom. Here we go.
It's fitting in a state where the mindset of most of the voters that day was, I may kill someone in a multi-car pileup in this weather, but fuck it.
So voting for Trump is like killing everyone.
Oh, okay. I thought just because there's snow on the road, don't go out.
No, he's saying that people did go out and vote for Trump, but they're obviously suicidal or homicidal.
Yeah.
For that matter, anyway. So it makes sense that you would want to bring in a genocidal dictator.
No, it wouldn't make sense.
Okay.
None of it makes sense.
All right. Maybe the first joke wasn't great. The second joke, though, I think you guys will like this one. What I love about this one is that you see it coming from a mile away. And Tom takes forever to get there.
Fucking hate
Various
this guy.
numbers were thrown out on the local media outlets there in Iowa. -6, -4, feels like -45. And once they stopped talking about the chances of a candidate not named Donald Trump winning, they gave the weather forecast for that day.
So joke structure is part of the problem, because the fact that he had to say they gave the weather forecast that day, it's like, we get it.
Right.
That's not the punchline. Don't say that part last. It's not a good joke anyway.
No.
But it's also structured incorrectly.
This guy has put out like 8 one-hour albums.
Yeah. He's got a lot of CDs out. You might want to check this guy out.
But so, I mean, the Chiefs game last week was like -30.
Yeah.
There was 80,000 people in the stands.
Sure.
Everybody drove there. It wasn't a problem.
Right. Yeah. No, it was packed.
And the Bills game, right, even on Monday was freezing, right, against the Steelers.
Oh, yeah. All the snow there, they had to dig through.
So
but
people still went to the game.
Still
Yeah.
able to do
Every
so.
one of them a murderous, suicidal
All of them Trump
maniac.
voters. Yeah, obviously. But that was a pretty good joke. Okay. Jim's not laughing yet. Maybe it'll get better for us here, because we've already made fun of Trump. What about Ron DeSantis?
Florida Governor Ron DeSantis came in a distant second, followed closely by Nikki Haley. It's a miracle Ron DeSantis did so well, considering his target demographic only votes for him if they have the effects of heat stroke.
I love how you're like trying to process this and figure out what the joke is, because you'd have to be a Floridian.
Right, and you're old.
And you're old, and it's hot out. I don't know if you've ever been to Florida before, but
Yeah, but it's
out a lot,
not
it's warm there.
right. But there's not a lot of old people there really anymore. I mean, there are some maybe in the middle of the state, but not. It's not really that many old people.
It might just be a bad joke, you guys.
It's not a great one. It's not his best. Do you notice?
I know two people that aren't old that bought a house pretty close to each other in Florida.
Yeah, I do too. One of them is kind of old though. So you notice that there's a little bit of laughter after each punchline. He's got these co-hosts on there with him.
Well, that's what he needs. He needs the people in the background on those other California podcasts to laugh.
So he's trained them to laugh when he stops talking because they don't know when the joke ends either. So he's trained them when he stops talking to laugh because in the early episodes of this monologue would go on and there'd just be crickets. And it'd be even more embarrassing. I mean, this is pretty embarrassing. Vinny's so mad at me right now. Vinny hates
This guy gets under my skin so hard, Jim.
so much. All right, let's get back to Trump, who is a felon. And this is now, when you talk about smart jokes, if someone here doesn't get this is on you. Because this is just a smart joke.
Uh-oh. Overall, it's unsettling that Republicans are still willing to go for a candidate that could receive a conviction in a criminal trial and possibly be the first president who would sign bills into law while simultaneously getting butt-fucked by his cellmate.
Oh, jeez.
That's the joke.
Even Jeff Heisen's like, oh, you notice how Jeff Heisen's kind of given up on this guy actually crafting a good political joke?
Jeff Heisen is a lawyer. Like, he has a real job, and he's on the show with this fucking guy making yucca-mucks.
And he tries to do stand-up. We watched his stand-up that one time.
I remember. I brought it.
Jeff actually thanked us.
Oh, did he?
Yeah. I told you that. He reached out to me. He's like, hey, guys. He had a good sense of humor about it. He was a good sport.
All right, Jeff, I don't hate you as much as I thought.
No, you should.
Okay.
Because he's still doing this show with Tom every week. It's insane. So, I don't know if you guys know this, but sometimes when you go to prison, you get raped. That was the...
I just have a feeling that if he was president, he probably wouldn't be in the cell with someone else.
Probably
not. He probably doesn't have a random guy. I think he'd be in special protective custody.
Yeah.
He'd have his own cell.
I would imagine.
Just to prepare,
I've seen Goodfellas.
So he doesn't get shanked.
Right.
By, someone. So I don't know, but all right. Maybe I overanalyzed the joke too much.
Well, maybe you did. Also, I don't know that you'd be signing bills into law from behind bars. Probably they'd find a different person to be the president.
Yeah, I would think so.
I would think probably that you wouldn't be able to hold both positions at the same time. Inmate, president of the United States. Probably not that works. I mean, I don't know. I'm not as savvy politically as Tom Myers is. Hold on, he's got a tag for this joke,
and he probably would need a desk in a cell. To do all this work.
Yeah, all the paperwork.
They usually don't have a desk either.
Could you imagine he's writing on his leg? He's trying to sign the thing, poking holes in it. Shit.
Yeah, that'd be really hard to do when you're getting butt fucked.
Yeah, no kidding.
This fall on NBC, Prisoner President.
Like, why is Donald Trump's handwriting so shaky? He had a dick in his ass.
Hold on, guys. There's a tag for this joke. Oh. Let me remind you what the punchline was.
While simultaneously getting butt-fucked by his cellmate.
Oh, jeez.
Here's the tag.
For legal reasons, I don't want Donald Trump to be butt-fucked by his cellmate. That much.
First of all, you don't have to say legal reasons because you could say that.
Yeah.
You could say, I want him to get butt-fucked.
Right, which means he thought that was another joke.
And he's got a lawyer in the room. His lawyer could go, you don't have to say that.
Yeah. That's true.
You really don't.
I can say, don't worry about legal reasons. No one's even listening to this shit. So.
Right, but even so, you don't have to say for legal reasons.
I hope he doesn't get butt-fucked that much. Oh, he's being a little cute with us right there.
Cheeky, he did. Old cheeky Tom.
Yeah, being a little cheeky with us. That's pretty good.
I fucking hate him so
much. All right, guys. There's only one more joke on this monologue. By the way, Tom likes to say I take these things out of context. He likes to post links to the full show. So, he calls me Podcast Karen. He goes, if your Podcast Karen fans want to hear what the show actually is, here's a link to it. All I do is play every joke exactly how he says it. I don't take anything out of context. It's every joke that's in the monologue of this episode. Here's the final joke. And I know a little thing about monologues. Yeah, you want to end with a banger. You want to get people revved up into the show, big applause break, and on with the show kind of thing. This is the clunkiest joke I've ever heard. And I've heard a lot of Tom Myers jokes. This one is brutal.
From what we can see into the Iowa caucus results, the major component of the Republican Party's platform is trading in racism and xenophobia. It has gotten so desperate for the GOP candidates not named Donald Trump that while there is a clamoring for second place, which will lead to being the VP pick for a third Trump candidacy, third place will get their own show on Fox or Newsmax, and fourth place will be the guest host on Tucker Carlson's show when Alex Jones isn't available. And now, on with the show.
Clunky? That's being polite.
Was that the worst one yet? It has to start with, so we all know that Republicans are all racist. Okay, knowing that, here's my joke. You guys ready for this? And I guess the joke is that Tucker would have Alex Jones on.
It's a little wordy for a joke. Probably could have got to it sooner.
He could have shaved some words. Absolutely.
Like, he's the guy who watched Norm Macdonald on Conan O'Brien and went, "Oh, that's how you write a joke. Okay, cool. Now I get it."
No, sir. No.
No, that's the joke, isn't it? It's too many words, idiot.
Who are these podcasts?